No, I have to yawn.
Hey everybody, today's guest is a living proof that it's never too late to choose a different path. After a health crisis that nearly claimed her life, Michelle Drew left a high-pressure corporate recruiting career and answered a new calling in wellness and healing. She is now a certified natural wellness professional and the founder of Michelle Drew Naturopathic Wellness, helping women over 40 reconnect with their bodies, their power, and their purpose. Her message is simple and empowering. We're going we're all going to age, but we do not have to get old. What? So that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Michelle,
How are you, Wendy? Thank you so much for having me.
you're so welcome. So, share with us a little bit about who you are and what life is like now.
Yeah, sure. My name is Michelle, like you said, and I spent 28 years in corporate America, climbing that proverbial corporate ladder. I thought that was the cool thing to do back then. And yeah, it ended up putting me in a bad situation because I wasn't taking care of me as well as I was taking care of my company that I was working for.
Hmm.
And I ended up in the hospital. So that's uh, that's kind of where it all began to go ugly.
Yeah, but it's like now, how long has that been now? And like, where did God meet you there? Because sometimes uh women and even men themselves, even when they hit that type of a physical bottom, when you're a high A personality driven personality, you don't always take that as the wake up call. What was it that God spoke to you for you to realize, hey, I better make some changes or I might meet Jesus sooner than I planned?
Yeah, yeah, right. I love the way you put that question. Yeah, I was just trying to do it all myself. I was controlling and trying to like rein it all in myself instead of just giving it up and opening my hands. I was at a point where I was eating every meal from a drive-up window. And am I putting you to sleep?
No, I'm yawning. Luckily enough, this is all audio recorded, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, good.
But
So
so,
funny.
yeah, so you're going to the drive-thru, and we all know how nutritious that is.
Oh God. It wasn't even food. So my body's going, what is this? And
Uh,
what do you expect me to do with this stuff that you're putting in my body? So I did that for an extended period of time. And I was so stressed with the corporate situation, stressed out. So I was self-medicating every night just
mm,
to like, whew, calm down, get the stress out, get at least a decent night's sleep, and get up and do it all over again the next day.
hmm.
So the body can only do that for so long. I
Right.
ended up with pneumonia. I didn't know that. So I said, oh, I've got a bug. I've got something. I'll just go to bed. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. Well, I wasn't fine. I kept getting worse. And
Mm.
by the time my family took me to the hospital, my left lung was 100% full of fluid. My right lung was 75% full of fluid. So you can guess how much oxygen was going to my brain. I was delirious. So I had to sign my healthcare proxy before they put the needle in to put me in a a medically induced coma.
Mm.
Um, I was in that coma for 3 weeks, and the doctors told my family, prepare for the worst because we really don't think she's coming out of this.
Wow.
And if she does, she'll be a vegetable for the rest of her life. She had, like, we can only guesstimate 2 weeks that no oxygen was going to her brain. So she's going to be brain dead.
That's
And
that's a
I
nice prophetic word over people.
Oh yeah, they call me a vegetable. They said she'll be a vegetable. Like what vegetable would I be? I don't know. So I mentioned my healthcare proxy for a reason. I love my sister to pieces, but she's very practical.
Mm.
And if I chose my brother, like in my delirious state, I chose my brother as my healthcare proxy, who's more emotional, thank God. Um, Given that prognosis, my sister would have said, my sister doesn't want to live like that. Pull the
Ah.
plug. Right?
My gosh. Well, yeah, it's a good thing God did not lead you to have her choose.
Yes.
I
God was like,
wouldn't
oh,
know
no, no,
my
no,
friend
no.
Michelle. Oh my gosh.
So my brother fought tooth and nail for me through the whole time. And I did come out of it clearly. And yeah, it was a long road to getting better. I had to learn how to walk, talk, do everything all over again because I was just like a child going, huh? How do I do that? I used a walker and an oxygen tank to get around. I
Mm,
weighed 90 pounds and I'm like, a size zero was hanging on me. So it was awful. But I knew that God didn't take me. He had a different plan. He's
sure.
like, this is your testimony. You need to go and make a difference for others and serve in my name because of this experience. And I look at that as such a blessing now.
Mhm.
You know, it was 5 years of getting back on my feet and understanding how to best care for my body because clearly I wasn't very good at it before.
Mhm. Well, my question is, did this all happen pre-COVID?
Yeah. Oh, wait, pre-COVID. Yeah,
Okay, well, that's even better because anybody knows that if this would have happened during COVID,
I did.
it would have been a completely different thing. You wouldn't have had your advocacy care. Your lungs, they wouldn't have treated them properly. Sorry,
Yeah.
you can tell I'm a real fan of our medical system.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so then now how long has it been that God has, healed you? Obviously, even if you're at the beginning stages, so from you're out of the hospital, you're not a vegetable, you realize God's calling you to something more. How long has that been from that point?
Well, from the time I went into the hospital till now, it's almost exactly 25 years.
Wow, that's been longer than I thought.
Yeah, April 1st will be 25 years. Isn't that
Well,
crazy?
that is so
But it
great.
was 5 years before I got healthy again to where I could really feel good.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think God was tapping on my shoulder for a while, and I was not I was running a pet services business and having a heck of a time doing it. I love animals, you love animals. So I
Yeah.
was running a pet services business. I had 10 pet professionals working with me. We were doing all kinds of fun things, but I wasn't focused on helping others to get well the way
Hmm.
that I do now.
Mm.
But, COVID changed that. And he was like, I will get you to listen to me. COVID shut down my pet services business. I got certified in naturopathic health and wellness. And I've been, since January of 2022, I have been working with women over 40 primarily to help them to understand what's going on with their body. We look at their blood work, we look at what doctors say is normal, and oh, it's just aging. And we address those root causes that are causing problems with them. So I finally listened.
Yay. When you even listened and moved yourself from the subtropic area to the sub-zero area down to the tropical heavens.
I
I
did.
do know it's cold right now, isn't it
It
right
is.
there?
It is.
You're welcome.
It's 30. Yeah, thank you. It was 36 degrees yesterday and today when we woke up, but today it's getting up to like 65, and then the warm weather's coming back. But yes, I moved here because, well, a lot of reasons. But once I got here, I realized that people down here want to be healthy. They're hungry for the information
Hmm.
because we're wearing short sleeves, we're out walking, playing pickleball, hiking, kayaking, doing all the things, and they want to be healthy enough to do it at
Right,
all ages, which is really
right.
cool.
Well, and plus the state of Florida in and of itself is a freer state when it comes to how you can get access
Right.
to what you need to do things
Yeah.
holistically.
Right. I couldn't do the things I can do down here in Rhode Island. Rhode
Hmm.
Island was one of three states that I couldn't do what I'm doing.
Do you know what were the other two states? California?
New York and New Jersey,
Dude,
actually.
all up there in the Northeast.
Yes,
Oh,
crazy.
so don't go there, guys.
I'm
Boo.
actually surprised that California was not on that list.
Yeah. Well, I think
Surprised.
it helps. Forgive me for how it's going to come out. There's enough hippies there to keep them from doing things the way they don't want it. Because I mean,
Yeah,
um,
true. It's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, uh, and plus, what's been helpful post-COVID is people are more aware that they need to take care of themselves and advocate for themselves and understand that, hey, what are on these reports doesn't make this true.
It's true. Yeah. And I'm big on that. I can get on a soapbox so big about advocating for yourself because when you're feeling something in your body, Your body is correct. It's giving you signs for a reason. It
Hmm.
took me 5 years, and doctors didn't help me at all. They were like, hey, your blood work's normal. Everything's fine. It's
Yeah.
all in your head. I don't know. You're crazy. Or, this is
Yeah.
as good as it gets. And I'm like, I wouldn't accept any of those answers. And
Right.
neither should anyone else.
Well, this morning I woke up super crabby and I'm like, okay. So at 5 a.m. I texted my chiropractor. He's upper cervical chiropractor. I'm like, look, I need to come in. I can be there by 8:30. And he's like, okay. And so anyone who ever takes care of their nervous system, upper cervical chiropractic care is the bone at the top.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
when that is in, the rest of the body follows. And
So true.
normally I had been holding for about 7 weeks, which is good for me, considering my personality, my drive, my, ability to take things on and whatever.
Mhm.
Except like I've been noticing. And so this is why, like, when we pay attention to what goes on in our nervous system, including like it affects everything. It's like I'm like
Mhm.
everything aggravates me, or like a client asks for something, and I'm like, like, a lot of work on that, or something's taking me a lot longer than it should.
Yeah.
It's like those are all little mini warning signs that, if not taken care of, can turn into bigger warning signs, which then can show up in your blood work, which then, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
It's a trickle effect.
yeah, it's very interesting. And, sometimes when your body's like, go to bed, Michelle, but it's 6 p.m. and it's still daylight. Yeah, but go to bed. Listen,
Yes,
because your
exactly.
body is saying, look, you're a little taxed.
I need something. Yes,
Go to
yes.
bed.
And I love that you have your upper cervical care. I love that. I do too.
Mm,
And it makes a world of difference.
it does. There's another chiropractor I go, he's more functional, and he can tell what's going on with my body and my organs through pressure points.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, and I know this is an audio program, so it's hard to know, but he'll like press on like a spot on the inside of my knee. And he's like, does that hurt? And I'm like, no, but the other side was on fire, right? I'm like, oh, he goes, okay. So usually I know at this point, it's usually my kidneys and my liver that are aggravated. And what's interesting is I hadn't been to him in several weeks, so like really probably a month. And I'm like, it's going to be my liver because I'm getting angry quickly. Because if you know that our bodies and emotions and our organs are all tied together, there's our liver will anger holds in liver,
Hmm.
right? And so, or even our teeth. People are just like, oh, the teeth don't mean anything. I go, but they do. Everything is connected. So
Everything.
if you remove teeth, it'll mess something up over here. Or you have like, oh, we don't need the appendix. Well, I have had mine removed for good reason. It was gonna burst, right? So,
Well, that's what.
fine, save me. But
Yeah.
the reason why I'm dealing with puffiness is by cutting into my body. My body
Yeah.
then now needs support getting rid of the fluid. But I didn't know that. If I'd have known that 5 years ago when I had the emergency surgery, I could have done something to support my body so it
Yes.
wouldn't have gotten to this point.
Yes.
So now I'm
Yes.
having to go backwards. And so I'd love for you to share with people um, how we can heal our bodies. The longer we wait, the longer it'll take to heal.
Oh, yeah.
But be patient.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. You have to give yourself grace and just do the best you can and ask for help. Not from me or you, ask for help.
Right, from our
And
Heavenly Father for sure.
yes, and you will receive it. It is so, so important. I mean, it was a long 5 years, and I was not always patient about it.
Hmm.
But if I kept making the baby steps and doing the baby step right things, ultimately everything fell into place. And you're right, I'm not a fan of removing body parts. God
Hmm.
didn't make any mistakes. But
Right,
in your case, you can't just let it burst, right?
right.
But I mean, gallbladders are being removed like tonsils, right? The
Yeah.
only thing that I lost was my tonsils when I was
I
little.
don't have those either.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have known what to do. How I
Yeah.
kept on having earaches, right?
Yeah.
And so they took out the tonsils, which did stop the earaches. But what else did it stop? Right?
Right.
And
Right.
so my husband a year ago on January 1st of 2025 went into the hospital and they figured out it was a gallbladder attack. Like, well, you're gonna need to make sure you get that removed. I go, no, sir.
Yeah.
I go,
Not
you're not
necessary.
having that removed. I go, you're going to have to figure out how to support your body so it will start processing things properly. And there's ways to do gallbladder cleanses.
Yeah.
We're
100%.
not doctors here on the show, but here's the thing. Do your research and do things in support of good chiropractors that can teach you how to do it without harming your body.
Yep.
But it's like there's or like my son, he was a little aggravated in being disrespectful. So when I went to that same chiropractor, the naturopathic, right? And he goes, "Oh, he goes, I haven't seen him in a while. I could tell that he's had a massive growth spurt. He's 11." And he goes, "We need to support his liver because his testosterone isn't processing correctly."
Oh,
Oh, and he was able to test. He goes, and we need to like get rid of parasites. And my son gave me this face. And I'm like, look, we're the only country on the planet that doesn't cleanse parasites on the regular. And then
right.
that chiropractor goes, and we have the highest cancer rate in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're coming out with studies that cancer is actually parasites.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the
Yeah.
parasites, the cancer goes too. Now, I'm not a doctor. Don't sit there and kill the messenger. Do your own research, go down your
Yeah.
own rabbit holes.
Yeah.
But those of us who know what we know,
Hmm. Yeah.
it's like,
It's a
why did,
broken system.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
bad.
And it's
But
like I feel bad for doctors. I love them that they're doing the best they can, but they are part of a broken system. And in
well,
order to
yeah,
stay in the system, they got to follow the rules.
yeah, and that's one of the reasons why, what's called, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a type of care. It's not a la carte. What's the word I'm looking for?
Concierge,
Yes, that
concierge.
is,
Yeah.
where they're not
It's
doing, if you don't go through the insurance program, they have the freedom to do way more.
right.
And so
Way more.
concierge service is actually becoming a bigger thing, and they don't have to charge as much
Right,
because
right.
they're not getting
And
screwed by the
yeah,
insurance companies.
right. And people should not bargain shop for their health.
No,
You only get one body. If you don't take care of it, it's not going to be fun at the end.
right.
You're going to lose your dignity. You're going to be dependent on others. My great grandmother lived to be 104 years old, and she was cooking dinner with the family. She lived with my aunt, but they kept her engaged. Like, come on, Granny, time to make dinner. Let's go. Let's go. And she was active and she was moving. And at
Nice.
104, she just went to sleep one night and didn't wake up the next day.
Oh, well, that's the way to
Isn't that
go.
perfect? Yeah. But she was vibrant and her brain was functional because she was staying engaged and she
Yeah,
had taken care of herself her whole
sure.
life. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would love for people, to anyone who's resonating with your story right now and would just love to connect, at least just get more information about like, I'm tired of doing the same thing. Because we all know the crazy cycle is keep doing the same thing, expect different results. And then
Yeah.
step you get more of the same. So how can they connect with you just to have a conversation like, Michelle, I'm not sure you can help, but maybe you can.
Yeah, my website is michelledrew.com. I like to keep it simple. And there are several places on there, several buttons that say book a call, book a one-on-one Zoom with Michelle. There's a whole bunch of them. Any one of those buttons will work to get you on my calendar.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
super cool. Well, I'm so grateful that you've shared your testimony with us, that, how God's brought you through it all. Do you have any other closing like words of wisdom that you would want someone to know?
Yeah, I would love to give everybody three free things that they can do to improve their health today.
Okay.
First and foremost, if you live in the Northeast or in the Midwest, whatever, you might not be able to do this, but there's a solution. Get your bare feet on the earth.
Hmm.
Grounding is huge. I used to live in New England, so I have a grounding mat
Hmm.
that I got online, and I'm grounding. When I'm at my desk, I'm grounding.
Hmm.
And I have one on my bed. So I'm grounding most of the day. It basically balances out the positive and negative charge
Ion.
in your body. It's amazing. The second thing, hydrate. Drink, don't go overboard, but half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 200 pounds, 100 ounces of water. A little bit less is fine, but don't overdo it because you'll flush out the minerals in your system. And the third thing is deep breathing.
Hmm.
All of those things are free. The earth, water, well, water's not always free, but you can get it for free. And the air is free. So if you do those three things, I believe you'll notice a difference immediately.
That's awesome. And I'd love to know, where did you get your grounding mat? How do you know what's a good grounding mat and grounding sheets? Because
Yeah,
I've looked into it and I'm like, I don't know if it's real or not. Where can you
yeah.
find something to trust?
Yeah, am an affiliate for the one that I believe in.
Okay.
It's the Clint Ober is the person who originally introduced grounding to the world, and the
Mhm.
scientists and the researchers agreed to do the research, but they kind of laughed at him and said, "We're happy to prove you wrong, whatever," and they couldn't. So yeah, they
That's like
couldn't.
trying to prove the Bible and Jesus didn't
Yeah,
exist. But every time
exactly.
somebody tries, they end up becoming a Christ follower. Everybody
Yeah.
read Case for Christ. Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely. So yeah, that company is earthing.com. And
Earthing.
you'll
Nice.
get a book kind of going through Clint Ober's experience. And there is a short 15-minute video on YouTube
Mhm.
about he grew up with Indians, and that's how this all started.
Hmm.
That Indians didn't wear shoes for a reason.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
that makes so much sense. I
yeah,
I'm just I don't like Midwest I like to look at Midwest nature. I if I lived where you live near the beach, I would have my feet in the sand
yeah.
every day.
Every day.
But like something
Every day.
about grass and dirt and rocks and gross and no.
Yeah, yeah.
The
And
Lord
when it,
put me in the wrong place.
Yes, yes. Well, that can change. And one thing I want to say about the grounding sheets, the feedback that I've gotten, because we wash our sheets so often, they do kind of lose the oomph. So
Okay.
I would opt for it. Okay, and the sheets are not cheap. I think they're $200.
Mm.
So I have never replaced my grounding mats, and I've got one I mean on my mattress, and I've got one under my feet, and I've never had to replace them. But I have heard with the sheets that they do kind of lose it
Okay.
because they're being washed
Yeah, right. I
and
mean, it
dried.
sounds like grounding mats are the way to go.
I think so.
Did you
Yeah,
notice anything like right away with it when you started it,
I
or has it
did.
been too long?
I did. I started sleeping like a baby.
Hmm.
And my varicose veins are better when I'm grounding. Like if I go away and I don't bring a grounding mat, which I don't, if I go away, I'm doing stuff. I'm not sitting at my desk all day. So I will come back and I'll be, varicose veins on my left leg are a little bulgy. I've had people tell me their migraines went away,
Oh,
inflammation. It's like overall, I think watch the YouTube. I'll actually send you a link to the YouTube
okay.
15 minute. It's amazing, amazing. This doctor had a baby, and I know we're coming up on time. Doctor
Yeah.
had a baby, her first baby, who was colicky. She cried constantly, and by accident, she stepped outside barefooted, and the baby stopped crying. And she stepped back in the house, and the baby started crying. And she went back out on the earth, and the baby stopped crying. The
Hmm.
baby doesn't know. Baby doesn't know. So, yeah, really, really cool stuff.
That's really awesome. Well,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing your heart with us today. Listeners, we'll make sure we get those links in the description for you to check out all the things and connect with Michelle. And to our listeners, remember, your story is not over. You are not disqualified by what you've been through. And remember always, with Jesus Christ, you are healed, whole, and called. Till next time.